Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here, answering your questions today. Today's question is on MLB game day schedules for day games. Okay, so we've talked in the past about night games and exactly how the schedule is going to work leading up to the game, but we haven't talked about day games, so we're going to get into that today. Before we get into that, today's video is powered by Triton. Now, if you followed our page at all, you know that we've used Triton jerseys for the last 5 years. We've used their jerseys, we've used their gear. They do an amazing job. So definitely go and check them out. If you go to custombaseballjerseys.com, you can take a look at what they're able to make. You can design your own jerseys. They do a great job. Definitely go over and check them out. All right, so let's get into schedules for day games at the major league level. Now, real quick before we get into that, we've talked about night game schedules, right? The game typically starts at 7. Players are going to get to the field usually around 1, 1:30, somewhere around there. So you're going to get to the game really early. You're going to get there 5, 6 hours before the game starts. Now, when you play a day game, it's really hard to get there that early, right? Most players are not going to get to the game as early on day games. Typically, a day game, right, game's going to start, let's say, at like 1 o'clock or noontime or somewhere around there. And so what usually happens is most teams will take that day, and usually you'll hit in the cage, all right? So not always. Sometimes you'll hit in the field, but a lot of teams will take that day as a day to not have to get there super early, not have to go on the field and do everything. They'll do it in the cage. So you're not going to have to do a full team stretch, although sometimes you might do a quick stretch and throw and everything and then go hit in the cage. But a lot of times it's a little bit more of on your own. So you come in, you do your own stretch. It's your job to make sure that you're ready to go, right? That you're loose, that you've done your stretching, and that you've done your hitting, right? So everything's going to kind of usually happen indoors, in the batting cage. There's some players that are going to go out and want to get some hitting on the field, and there's going to be certain days where they may say, okay, listen up, guys, we're hitting on the field today, right? It's not one of those do it your own way kind of days. We're going to hit on the field. We're going to do it the same way that we always do it. It just depends a little bit on how things are going. You know, if the team's really, really struggling, or things are, maybe the manager's not happy with how things are going, maybe you're going to hit on the field instead of having an easy day. Maybe he feels like you need a little bit more work. Maybe you're going to hit on the field. Usually if things are going good, if the manager is in a good mood, then he might make it optional, right? He might say, if you want to hit on the field, we're going to hit on the field this time. If not, you can hit on your own in the cage, do whatever you need to do. Or he may just say, hey, no on-field BP today, guys, all right? Get here when you got to get here. Get yourself ready. Get yourself good to go. Hit in the cage, and let's be ready to roll at 1 o'clock or whatever time the game is, okay? In the minor leagues, sometimes you do these things called show and goes, right? And we had these a lot, especially in the low minor leagues, where literally it was show up, get ready to play. If you don't want to hit, don't hit. If you want to show up 30 minutes before the game, show up 30 minutes before the game. But you better be ready to go, okay? And so in the minor leagues, the travel schedule and everything is a little bit tougher. And so you get less days off. A lot of times you're getting into places super late, right? You don't have chartered flights. You're not able to leave right after the game. And so the schedule is just crazy. If you don't know about the minor league schedule, go and check our video we made. I've made a couple of them on the minor league schedule. It's pretty brutal. But they have these things called show and goes, where basically that's your day to just kind of regroup and get some sleep, right? Because you don't get a whole lot of sleep during the season. And there's certain months where you might only get 1 day off in a whole month. It's really crazy. So a show and go in the minor leagues is like literally show up and just be ready to play. If you, like I said, if you want to show up and take 3 swings off the tee and then get ready to start the game, you can do that. Just play well. If they notice that you're doing that, you're showing up like right before the game, and you stink, then someone's going to probably talk to you. But at that point, they say, hey, you're a professional, and we've got you here really early on all these other days, so here's, we're going to throw you a bone. Do what you need to do to get ready, okay? So that happens at the minor leagues. In the major leagues, sometimes it happens kind of similar to that, but most guys aren't going to just like roll out of bed and like show up 30 minutes before the game and be like, okay, I'm ready to face Clayton Kershaw. Like, that doesn't usually happen in the major leagues, where it might happen at a low A level or a high A level, or, you know, a lower level of the minor leagues, okay? So that's kind of how the day game schedule works. Again, if I had to guess what time I'd get in, again, you get in for a night game, you're going to get there 5 or 6 hours early. For a day game, you may only get there 3 hours early, right? And maybe even less than that sometimes, right? It really depends on how you're feeling, again, how the manager's feeling and what he lets you do. Some managers are really, really good at that. Some managers want to take care of their players. They want, you know, although people will say, it's not that hard, right? You know, boy, you're playing baseball. We've talked about it before. When you're playing day after day after day after day after day, and you're at the ballpark for a long, long time, right? You're hitting a lot, you're throwing a lot, you're running a lot, you're playing in games every single day. It takes a toll on your body. And so certain managers are going to really ease up and make sure that they kind of build in that time for you to take an easy day, right? Get your body back feeling good again. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, share the video with all your friends, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. In the description box below, we've got a bunch of stuff down there. We got a deal going on, Play Crate. We got a link to our Patreon page and a bunch of other stuff, so check all that out. And that's all I got. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.